Science 3. Make predictions of real-life events. At the end of the lesson, the learners should be able to make predictions of real-life events, such as plant growth, changes in water levels, and behavior of water on different surfaces, based on measurement and observed patterns. Arrange the following illustrations to show the sequence of events based on observed patterns. Place the numbers 1 to 5 in the boxes, with 1 representing the first activity and 5 representing the last activity in the sequence of events. Can you arrange these steps in the correct order? Watering crops, plowing the field, harvesting, planting seeds. The correct order: plowing the field, planting seeds, watering crops, harvesting. What happens if one step is skipped? If watering the plant is removed. If we don't water the plants, they might dry up and die. How do we know what comes next? Just like in farming, we can predict changes in objects by looking for patterns. Just like how you used your observed patterns to think of a possible continuation of the farming story, in today's lesson, you will make predictions of events based on the patterns that you will observe. Read and give the meaning of the following words. Seed, a small, round or oval part of a plant that can grow into a new plant. Rosa planted a seed in the soil. After a few days, it started to grow into a small plant. Fishing ground, fishing water, fishing area. The fishermen ride their boats in the morning and gather in the fishing ground to catch fish. Water level, depth of water. The water level in the pool is just enough for the kids. It reaches their knees. Activity 4. Pattern Spotter. What's next? What to do. 1. Look at the illustrations below. Notes about the illustrations. A. Preparing a pot with soil. B. Planting seeds. C. Adding soil in the pot with seeds, and D. Placing the pot with seeds in a sunny place and watering it regularly. Q1. What main activity is shown in these pictures? Why do you say so? Q2. What is most likely to happen after illustration D? Q3. Draw it and explain your answer. Two. Pio loves fishing from morning until afternoon at their local community's fishing ground. One day, while fishing, he observed a change in the water level. Look at the illustrations below. Q4. What pattern did you notice in the water level? Q5. What might the water level be at 5 p.m.? Q6. Draw what could happen to the water level at 6 p.m. Q7. Explain your answer. What main activity is shown in these pictures? Growing a plant, planting. The illustrations involve growing a plant or planting. What is most likely to happen after illustration D? A plant will grow in the pot. Explain why a plant will grow in the pot. The girl takes good care of the seed that she planted, so a plant will eventually grow in the pot. What pattern did you notice in the water level? The water level increases in the morning until noon by 1 meter every 2 hours. Then it decreases by 1 meter every 2 hours in the afternoon. The water level increases in the morning until noon by 1 meter every 2 hours. Then it decreases by 1 meter every 2 hours in the afternoon. What might the water level be at 5 p.m.? 1.5 meters. What could happen to the water level at 6 p.m.? The water level is almost at 1 meter, just like in the illustration below. At 6 p.m., the water level can be 1 meter high because the pattern that I observed is, it goes up by 1 meter every 2 hours until noon but goes down by 1 meter every 2 hours in the afternoon. So, I am predicting, the water level will go down by 1 meter from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. because 2 hours will pass by. Careful observations are important in making better predictions. The importance of recording observations while observing. You can use these in looking for patterns as a basis for making predictions. Coin and water challenge. Materials needed: 1 medicine dropper, 4 coins of different sizes. These can be 25 centavo, 1 peso, 5 peso, and 10 peso coins, and a cup of water. How many drops of water can fit in these coins? Which coin can hold the most number of drops of water without spilling? Record your observations by writing your answers in your notebooks by following this table format. How do you make predictions? I can make predictions by observing carefully what is happening. By doing so, I can identify the patterns in the events, actions, and activities and use these patterns as a basis in predicting what can happen next. How do predictions help us understand changes in real life, like growing old? Can you think of other real-life examples where you can apply your prediction skills? Predictions help us know what changes might happen in the future, like how we will look like when we grow older. Prepare your baby picture, mirror, bond paper, and drawing materials. 1. Look closely at your picture when you were a baby. 2. Now, look closely at yourself in the mirror. 3. Predict how you would look 15 years from now. 4. Draw yourself on the bond paper and describe your possible appearance. Question: would you look the same 15 years from now? Why or why not?